I'm sure since they paid all the money for them. Don't you worry about that.
We're live.
I'd like to welcome everyone to the April 16th Commissioners Meeting. Join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, everyone. Okay, I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes from the April 2nd meeting.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes from the April 2nd meeting.
I second.
All those in favor signify by aye. Carries. Accounts payable voucher motion.
I make a motion, we approve the accounts payable vouchers.
I second that.
All those in favor signify by aye. Motion carries. Approve payroll docket motion.
I make a motion, we approve the payroll docket as submitted.
I second.
All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Mr. Black, you have the podium.
Yeah, thank you. We did have our inaugural meeting last night of the chiefs and engineers of each fire department, 8 county fire departments. We have not established rules yet, so what they voted on last night is for the $100,000 for county fire departments that they decided last night that they would divide it, well, 5 each for this year. And we'll lay out the groundwork, so if a fire company wants, one fire company needs 100,000 go toward the truck or a building or whatever. Then that board will vote to approve that or to divide it 50,000. So that way, I know we just had to do it that way this time. I said, since we don't have no rules here, we just need to do it the way we just got it back. What was that? January.
February meeting.
I thought so. So we're gonna do it the same this way, and then we'll have a list of rules, but it takes that all 8 county fire companies to vote on it to approve that they're gonna let one fire company have 100,000 or 50,000 or 25,000, whatever it is. So it helps them with their projects, either radios, anything like that. I know we're gonna take our 12.5. I didn't realize the new price of radios. And,
Get two?
Yeah.
Two in the charger.
The headsets are more expensive for
Batteries
trucks.
not included.
No batteries, not included.
$14,000 for headsets for them to have on while they're inside the cabs, so. The radio was the cheaper part though, actually. It was 8,900. So, but it's going up towards with our company that is, and everybody else has some radio stuff too. So, I know I didn't think about till tonight, that the mayor came in. We are going to have to ask for April the 2nd to have a part of Deputy Pike shutdown. From between 3:50.
You mean May 2nd?
August 2nd.
August 2nd, okay. April 2nd. You could have gone ahead and done that, we're okay. No, you're fine.
August the 2nd, where the state came in and we're doing training. They're spending, the state of Indiana is spending $30,000 on firefighter training in this county. First time in the history. So we need to have to do a live burn and we'll burn it down. There is his old house. They used to live in years ago, and we're getting all the proper all the permits and everything for that and having to check for asbestos. So, but we're going to shut down between 350 and just to be east of the last from Borchardine Road. So those people can still get out. Because we have to have so many trucks set up. There's so many new regulations. We have to have so many tankers there. We have to have a backup pump. We have to have EMS there. The only thing we didn't have to have here for this one because it falls under NFPA 1403. They wanted a medical chopper on standby, but they're only 2 miles down the road at the airport. So this is some of the new stuff that we got to do. But mostly local people that are instructors in the fire departments are going to be teaching in that class. So and then a person that used to be here, Cody Macon, he's actually the liaison, and one of the ladies started along with Rodney for the class, so we actually have 18 more people on a waiting list. So we'll try to get another one for next spring. But having a real house, is better than going to a training tower, because we just got a new member that he trained in a training tower. And then we had a house fire the other night. He said, it's totally different than a training tower. I said, yeah, it is. So, this is gonna help out a whole lot, having a real house to do this with, so.
Is that the first one past the lake? You
No.
come Burgadine Road,
This
take a
way.
left, it's right on the right.
Where the horse track was, it used to be, Doc Mossett's horse track,
Gotcha.
3101
I know where you mean
West
now.
Deputy Pike.
Yeah,
So, next to Leo Lander's old place.
right. Gotcha.
So, some of us old people remember this stuff.
You said August 7th, right?
Yes.
The second.
So it's a mess, but we'll go ahead and bring the drone out, fly for that, so.
How much was that funding request?
Well.
Hey.
Two Christmas cards.
Hey.
Indiana will pay you for it, how's that?
Two Christmas cards, right?
That's what I got.
Hey,
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Next. We have. Two donation ordinances. The first one is an ordinance establishing a donations fund for Jefferson County Sheriff's Department employee and appreciation and canine care. I take it this is probably from State Board of Accounts have to be done or.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
cleaning up a few things that we did not have ordinances for.
So that's one thing they can't nitpick us. Got it. Okay. I'll read the first one and take volunteers on the second one. Okay. Ordinance number 2026-04, an ordinance establishing a donation fund for Jefferson County Sheriff's Department employee appreciation and canine care. Whereas Indiana Code 36-1-4-10 authorizes Jefferson County to accept donations of money and to execute any documents necessary to receive money or other property donated from any source. And whereas the Board of Commissioners of Jefferson County have received information that various individuals and organizations wish to donate money or property to the Jefferson County Sheriff's Department to be used to support and promote employee appreciation and to provide for the specialized care and maintenance of canine units. And whereas the Indiana State Board of Accounts, SBOA, has instructed that all monies donated to the county for a specific purpose should be receipted into a separate fund properly titled and not commingled with other funds. And now therefore be it ordained by the Board of Commissioners of Jefferson County, Indiana. Section 1, creation of fund. There is hereby established a Jefferson County Sheriff's Department Appreciation and Canine Fund to receive and disperse donations intended for the support of Sheriff's Department personnel and the department's canine program. Section 2, purpose of funds and definition. The funds may be dispersed or expended for any lawful purpose consistent with donor restrictions. Specifically, these funds shall be used for A, employee appreciation, meals, refreshment, and supplies for recognition ceremonies or social events open to department employees, and tangible awards of nominal value, plaques or certificates. B, canine care and maintenance, costs associated with police dogs, including but not limited to veterinary bills, specialized food, training equipment, vehicle inserts, heat alarms, and kennel supplies. C, prohibited expenditures. This fund shall not be used for cash bonuses, gift cards, or any form of monetary compensation not authorized in the county's annual salary ordinance. Section 3, donor restrictions and ethics compliance. To maintain compliance with Indiana ethics rules 42 IAC 1-5-1 and avoid conflicts of interest, the fund shall not accept donations from any person or entity that has an active business relationship with Jefferson County, is currently bidding on a county contract, or is otherwise seeking to influence an official action by the Board of Commissioners. unless it is clear that the donation is made for the benefit of the sheriff's department as a whole, is not made for the benefit of a specific employee, and is not made with any relationship or intent to influence the business, bid, or official action of the donating person is interested in. Section 4, appropriations and disbursements. Pursuant to Attorney General Official Opinion number 68 and State Board of Account Guidelines, the Board of Commissioners may authorize expenditures from this fund for the purpose specified by donors without separate appropriation. All accounts payable vouchers must be filed and approved in the regular legal manner before payments are made. Section 5, separate accounts. The Jefferson County Treasurer may create separate accounts within this fund to distinguish between donations for employee appreciation and canine care to ensure receipts are used for their intended type of restricted donation. Section 6, non-reverting and dissolution. Monies deposited in this fund shall not revert to the general fund at the end of the fiscal year. Upon termination of the fund by the Board of Commissioners, any remaining balance shall revert to the general fund. Section 7, effective date. This ordinance shall become effective upon passage. Okay. So,
You can forego the second and third reading if you would like to, or you could read it at another.
You can do action on them before we do the next one.
yeah, let's get rid of that one first.
Get rid of it.
So you can read.
Let's pass this ordinance first. So I make a motion that we forego the second and third readings of ordinance 2026-04. An ordinance establishing a donations fund for Jefferson County Sheriff's Department employee appreciation and canine care.
I second that.
Have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Now we need a motion to pass it, right?
I make a motion, we approve ordinance number 2026-04, an ordinance establishing a donations fund for Jefferson County Sheriff's Department employee appreciation and canine care.
I second that.
I have a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Motion carries for ordinance number 2026-04.
I'll read ordinance number 2026-05. An ordinance is, it's gonna sound strangely familiar, but it is different. An ordinance establishing a donations fund for Jefferson County employee events and appreciation. Whereas Indiana Code 36-1-4-10 authorizes Jefferson County to accept donations of money and to execute any documents necessary to receive money or other property donated from any source. And whereas the Board of Commissioners of Jefferson County have received information that various individuals and organizations wish to donate money or property to Jefferson County to be used to support and promote various events and initiatives for employee appreciation. And whereas the Indiana State Board of Accounts has instructed that all monies donated to the county for a specific purpose should be receipted into a separated fund, properly titled and not commingled with other funds. And now therefore be it ordained by the Board of Commissioners of Jefferson County, Indiana, Section 1, creation of fund. There is hereby established a Jefferson County Employee Appreciation Fund to receive and disperse donations received for the purpose of supporting and promoting various events and initiatives for employee appreciation. Section 2, purposes of fund and definitions of appreciation. The funds may be disbursed or expended for any lawful purpose that is consistent with the restrictions and purposes required as a condition of the donation. For the purposes of this fund, employee appreciation is strictly defined as A, meals, refreshments, and supplies for formal employee recognition ceremonies or social events open to all county employees. B, tangible awards of nominal value, e.g. plaques, certificates, or commemorative items. C, prohibited expenditures. Under no circumstances shall this fund be used for cash bonuses, gift cards, or any form of monetary compensation that is not specifically authorized in the county's annual salary ordinance. Section 3, donor restrictions and ethics compliance. To avoid conflicts of interest and maintain compliance with Indiana Ethics Rules 42 IAC 1-5-1, the fund shall not accept donations from any person or entity that has an active business relationship with Jefferson County, is currently bidding on a county contract, or is seeking to influence an official action by the Board of Commissioners, unless it is clear that the donation is made for the benefit of the county as a whole, is not made for the benefit of a specific employee, and is not made with any relationship to or intent to influence the business, bid, or official action the donating person is interested in. Section 4, appropriations from the fund. Pursuant to Attorney General Official Opinion Number 68, in the Indiana State Board of Accounts, the Board of Commissioners may authorize the expenditure of funds from the Employee Appreciation Fund for the purposes specified by the donors without further appropriation. However, accounts payable vouchers must be filed and approved in the regular legal manner before payments are made for this specific fund. Section 5, separate accounts. If the volume of the restricted donations is sufficient, the Jefferson County Treasurer may create separate accounts for all restricted donations to account for receipt and distribution of each type of restricted donation. The total activities of the separate accounts shall be reflected in a control account. Section 6, non-reverting fund. Monies deposited in the Employee Appreciation Fund shall not revert to other funds at the end of the fiscal year. Section 7, dissolution of fund. The fund shall be perpetual until terminated or amended by subsequent ordinance of the Board of Commissioners. Upon termination of the fund, the balance thereof shall revert to the general fund. Section 8, effective date. This ordinance shall become effective upon passage.
Thank you.
I wanted to say the general fund or the Disneyland fund.
Yeah, we're not going. Let's resolve ourselves to that. Okay.
I make a motion, we skip the second and third reading.
I'd second that.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye. Yeah, I make a motion to approve ordinance number 2026-05, an ordinance establishing a donation fund for Jefferson County employee events and appreciation.
I second that.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Ordinance number 2026-05 passes. We changed times there. Okay. Okay. Okay, next we have a Board of Zoning Appeals appointment. And has he been contacted?
Mhm.
So he's okay with it?
Mhm.
Okay, so that is, well, then on railroading, so that's
It's not.
Matt Todd has agreed to the term effective immediately and expiring 12/31/2029. So I'd entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve Matt Todd for the zoning appeals.
I second that.
Okay, have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. Brian, you want to touch base with the
Sure.
engineering surveying?
Yep, so you should have a copy of it. I emailed it one today too. It's just a proposal from Reso Engineering to conduct a survey on it's Ivy Tech's property that they will be deeding it to us. So as part of the animal shelter project, the architect asked for utility locations and for someone to shoot elevations on it. So Reso's gonna be doing a survey of the property lines for Ivy Tech as part of the deeding process. So we just asked them to go ahead and do this other work in conjunction with that, and we'll pay them for that piece of it. So that's what they're proposing. They'll do the work. It's $2,000. Pretty cut and dry. I sent it to Pat McGrath today. He looked at it and said everything looked fine to him. So.
Okay. Yeah, that seems fairly reasonable, $2,000 for any more. So I would entertain a motion to accept that so we can get rolling on
I'll make a motion, we approve the proposal by HREZO. How'd you say that again?
Rezo?
Rezo, all right, we took out the H, sounds good to me.
Yep.
Rezo Engineering Incorporated for $2,000 for the survey and topographical mapping of the land for the animal shelter, new animal shelter.
I second.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any other further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by aye. Aye. Motion carried.
All right.
You need me to sign that?
Yes, please. And I'll send it to him tomorrow and, I think they're looking first of May, early May, to actually do the work. When we'll get the report. And, thank you.
Thank you for what you do.
Yeah, let me see, while I'm up here, we did have our kickoff meeting for the park plan. The consultant this week, Richard Hill and I met with him. Talked about the documentation he's gonna need and the timeline and everything, and it's roughly, I think it's around October, maybe to have it submitted to DNR, so. A couple of public hearings in there, I'll send you the timeline, he made a nice little game chart and send to you. So you can see that, keep up with it, but, getting that ball rolling, and, he's already started asking for some information, so he's getting right on it. And we're gonna just, keeping up with RDA and IEDC and providing information as they request it, so, you know, everything's moving there too, so.
Well-
We hit NDOT up today for a possible another entrance.
Oh,
Yeah.
directly off the highway.
421, maybe down south a little bit, so we'd have our own.
Cool.
So we'll see
How much that
what,
gonna cost me?
let's see what their response is. It may be a, ain't happening. Say
Okay, that's pretty much it for me, just got any questions? All right, thanks.
Thanks, Brian. Okay,
Right in the front, work our way back. We got, the highway's kind of split up.
First one up.
All right, John.
first one up gets 2 Christmas cards.
Man, you knew Matt wasn't gonna get up, so.
He didn't have any Christmas cards this time.
All right,
ding, ding, ding.
So, we've been busy this week, with CCMG roads, getting them ready to go, putting pipes in, you know, getting ditches ready. They've been on, Bacon Ridge past couple of days, doing some dig outs with it, getting it ready to go. We also had some training, some drainage training at the highway department. Purdue put that on for us, so we were all in that, and Jason actually provided breakfast for everybody, so that was nice.
Bacon.
Bacon Ridge?
Didn't even acted the ordinance yet.
So Wednesday, Jason and 3 others went to Decatur County for some ARC training. Hoosier Electric put it on. I guess it was a really good training. I wasn't able to attend, but it was a good training.
You said ARC?
Yep.
So they use they come into Dow once upon a time and had like, it was like a hand, but they were hot dogs or something, and they put it on a wire and let it fry. I don't know if that's,
They did do that,
Yeah,
in
they-
a ladder, a balloon,
yeah,
it was amazing training.
yeah.
You get the squirrel?
We,
They
we,
did do one that was show.
you can't go and catch one and then fry it
No,
on
it's
the.
a stuffed
Oh,
squirrel.
oh,
They do that to show what they'll
But
do
they,
with transformers and things. So this is a training, me and John's gonna be working on trying to get somebody to come in. We wanna do it as a county entity and invite counties in, and, we're gonna try to invite the volunteer fire department also. Cause we have had during storm issues, several volunteer fire departments, you know, not looking down there, but you know.
well, they're trying to clear something, but still.
They're there to help, but we wanna make sure they understand why we don't touch lines. We don't want them touching lines either, and we found out that a phone line can be charged by a down power line. And it
Good
turns
point.
it to 7,200 volts, you know, so a telephone line can be charged just as well as a power line.
You normally wouldn't think so. Just
Correct.
because phone line, yeah,
Just because
but.
you see it, doesn't
but
mean
yeah.
it's not charged,
Right.
so
Those
it was a wonderful training, very, very shocking.
We're never gonna have an opportunity. Come on, I'm ready to move.
Move that.
Bravo, well done.
It is good. Everybody should see it, because when you see that hot dog does, and you think that could be a person's hand or fingers, or if it just keeps you on your toes for a month, I mean, it's. PSI used to do it when I worked at the phone company, and it's well worth the time and effort. And like you said, it is shocking, so.
So I will touch a little bit on Poplar Ridge.
Touch a little bit.
Yeah.
We're
Figured
gonna
that
follow
worked out
that.
pretty good.
Keep that theme going, all
Yeah.
right.
So I will touch on Poplar Ridge, let the public know that we know it's in bad shape, it's in rough shape. The chicken farm coming in, put a hurting on it. We plan on closing the road next week, talking Monday, you know, weather permitting. We were gonna start on it this week, but we're waiting on some locates to be done before we start digging for sure.
It could be shocking, no.
Yeah, it could be, it could be. On a good note, we did receive some FEMA funding. And I'll break it down for you. It's gonna be our force account labor. We received $4,291.12. Looks like a contract where we use some dumpsters to remove debris. We got $10,830. And a force account for straight time, we received 45,708.77. And then equipment usage, we received 164,748.65. So I know that totals to 225,578.54, but we only get 75% of that. So we got a total of 169,183.91 in our account, so.
Good news.
Yeah, very good news.
Mhm.
We haven't heard any more updates on that with them being shut down. Our hands are kind of tied with them right now, so hopefully they pass something soon and we can get started again, so. Other than that, that's all I got. Any questions?
Good deal. Keep up good work.
Yep.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
It was electrifying.
Man, you were waiting for that one too, weren't you? Here, come up.
With that,
Yeah.
you can go
Yeah.
next.
Yeah, look, yeah.
Oh, you're on roll.
Light the scene up, let's go.
I mean, the shelter's going pretty good. We're full on cats. Still got some dog room. Plans are moving along. He's got, you know, getting ready to get the samples. And then Bill Carr, the architect, sent us a bunch of questions that he's probably gonna need to get with one of y'all or all of y'all and kind of go over like, what are we wanting to spend on material, what kind of materials we really want going into that shelter. Like he was asking. So I'm hoping Brian will be submitting the G1K grant for the shelter. He's working on it. So there's some opportunities.
G1K,
Yeah, it's a new grant for the Community Foundation.
oh,
And they've got $72,000 up for grabs in this cycle. So. Yeah. I mean, it's looking like, you know, we've got, if we add the land value, the equipment from Ivy Tech and all that, that we've got about 2.2 million right out towards the shelter. So once I guess once we bid it and I know what we really need, I'll hit it harder. And then,
I think when people know your exact gap,
yeah,
that
Yeah.
there will be things,
And
other
actually-
things that will.
See what it's gonna be. I think that a lot of them
yeah.
step up again. A lot of them already have, yeah.
And then I need to ask, if I, as the group Friends of the Jefferson County Animal Shelter, I'm the president of that group as well. We're wanting to send me into county council to ask for some of the riverboat funding for a couple of projects that the Friends group would like to do. But they told me I probably need to get permission for you all to go as the separate, or to go and ask for money as Friends, since I'm also the shelter.
Do they know, do they have a fund they wanna,
Out of the riverboat fund.
When we do nonprofit funding.
oh, the
Yeah.
nonprofit? Oh,
So that's why I would be going in as Friends, and I'm not gonna ask for nothing for the building. There's just some projects that the Friends group would like to offer up animal control, some training. So if we could get money to purchase that training for them, we wanna do like a free microchipping day. You know, friends are gonna put in some money and we're hoping to get it matched to do and just a couple little projects like that to help the community with their animals and also in the long run, help the shelter.
Especially the chipping.
Yeah,
Do you know how much on both those?
probably like all of the projects we wanted to ask together. It was gonna be like right at 7,000.
I mean, we can use the special projects money that's there. So why don't you put together that and we'll talk. I don't know, I can't remember how much was in the special projects line item. Okay, we'll find out and then we'll work through that.
Kara's gonna be my spiel to the council.
And I'm thinking 25, but we'd use some of it for something.
Well, this is on the nonprofit ones, we had that,
You have just for
Oh,
commission.
yes, yes.
Discretionary
right,
out of that.
Thank you.
So-
It's 10.
anyway, we'll see, let's look at that and then.
Okay.
You can still go if you want, but I think we can,
We're just looking for ways
Yeah.
to start funding some of those projects as friends. It's so hard to keep me separate.
but you are the face of the shelter, now you're friends of the
Yeah.
face. Or face of friends, whatever, one way, something there.
Yeah. Yeah. Sound like two good projects for sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's I don't know if you can look it out over, can't remember what all they asked for
Yeah.
exactly. But it's listed in there. One was my, like my speech I was gonna go in front of council with, and the other one
Yes.
was the proposal.
You want it back?
Yeah, I got a
Okay.
copy.
Yeah, copy, all right, I have a copy, but yeah,
Thanks, guys.
thank you,
Thank you.
sorry.
Good evening. First off, it's National Public Safety Telecommunicator Week, so go dispatchers. Last time I was here, I think I told you that we're implementing Rapid SOS. We've now began training for Rapid SOS. What it really is a location finding service. Like the legacy way that we find your any alley is through the network, the telephone networks. It relies on cell towers and landlines to provide your location, whereas Rapid SOS pulls it from the device itself. So it doesn't have to go through the networks and landlines. And through that, it gives you better location accuracy, it's quicker and it's higher reliability. So we began some training on that. It's got some really cool features. Have you ever saw the medical information on your phone? Where like you can put in your age, emergency contacts, any sort of health conditions. Well, if you have that on your phone and you call 911 through Rapid SOS, it'll now share those medical features. Like me, I have bradycardia. If I called 911 from my phone, it would relay that information to the dispatch center. You can also share videos and photos. So that could be a catch-22 sometimes. We don't want to see everything, but it is nice to have that additional information. It also
Any
utilizes,
filtering?
right, it does have a blur feature. So you can choose whether you want to take that risk or not, so. Use with caution. It also utilizes what 3 words. That's another location app. What 3 words divides the entire world into 57 trillion 10-foot by 10-foot squares. And it has a unique 3 word sequence, I guess. And so you could provide that to the dispatch center and we can search your location by those 3 words. So that's also a pretty cool feature.
Sounds like a game show.
It does. So it's actually really cool. I'm surprised with all the technology that's coming out and it's advancing every day. You also have the ability to request helicopters to this Rapid SOS. So it takes a lot of things that we do on separate softwares and actually condenses it to one. Like we can text phone numbers and all that stuff. So it puts it all into one really neat software. So we're excited for that. I didn't tell you guys last week because if I failed, Or if we failed, I didn't want to have to report negative.
Get the expectations up before.
So Emily back there, Emily Kirchhoff, myself, we've gone through a rigorous process. Which includes 150 question exam, that you had to be searched for security. I was amazed. It also takes 10 points and you gather that through experience and education, taking classes. But we are now emergency number professionals. So, just to kind of how big of a deal that is, there are 1,783 ENPs in the United States. There are 42 in Indiana and we have 2 in Jefferson County. So
Yeah.
this allows our center to be a peer accredited. So it's partners in education. It's a recognition that our center is now eligible to receive recognition for it because she and I are both ENPs. I just want to say thank you guys for allowing us some of the freedom and to chase the vision. To be one of the better emergency communication centers around, and I think we're just starting. We've got a lot of plans coming up still. So
Congratulations to both of you.
Yeah.
thank you. I was real worried about failing.
No Christmas cards though?
That's gonna be a hard act to follow.
I know, I got.
You should have went first, I told you.
Yeah, no doubt. What's Freddie zing me, at the end. That works, right? Choose your spot wisely, and I picked wrong this week, so anyway, since there's no ordinance for us, Jason, I just want to know, I appreciate you. And I'll also say this out loud too, I'm working with these guys, they're top-notch employees now, and they're top-notch people in their fields, and Brand just give you just a little snippet of what's going on there. I wouldn't want to do this with anybody else, just we, that's all. Happy to be a part of the team, and I'm just glad to be here. And so we don't really have a lot going on. Me and Trailer have been working on that for the last few days. I'm about to wrap that thing up. We're gonna use that for Thunder.
You getting it wrapped?
And no, we're not gonna wrap.
Oh.
Well, at least yet. So but Thunder is coming out. I'm about to lighten now, that stays away. So yeah, yes. I can't think of anything good about sizzling fingers. I'm trying to do something over there. And she said electric, and that kind of wiped me out there. I was gone, so should have went earlier. Absolutely. So any questions from us? We are gonna go down and hang out and do counter drone stuff at Thunder. It's a pretty big more deal down there because there's so many aircraft in the air and so many millions of dollars flying around and all that bit. So it's kind of a big piece of the puzzle down there, which we're happy to be part of that. So anyway, any questions?
Be careful down there.
If not, if you're close, swing down Second Street Bruce. It's a good seat.
Where you stay grounded.
That's right.
I'm cool.
At a million of them.
Yeah, all the department here, business.
Come on down.
Okay. Anybody in the public got anything? Yes, sir.
One thing I've got to say is that we've continually worked on our SOPs for fire dispatch. We just had another meeting last night. We got a couple more meetings to go. Once our SOPs are put in place, or before they're put in place, a group of us is going to be dividing up. We're going to each fire station after a regular meeting to show them what the SOPs are, so that everyone knows, so that they'll know about how we're going to be responding and how the dispatch center receives those calls and how they're being dispatched out. So hopefully within the next month and a half, the new SOP for 2026 will be complete.
Okay. You've done had your 3 minutes.
Yeah.
This is something different, 'cause I wasn't on the agenda for this.
What's not on here?
Not on here?
So, and of course, it's gonna be brought to the 911 board's attention. The repeater, we do not have a sub repeater for deputies area. And I've asked their chief, of course, with me being the president of the fire association or chairperson, they've asked me to speak. And I told them to start making a paper trail, and they verbally have expressed that 90% of their members are not getting the page at nighttime because they have their pages on private, so it's not activating them. So with that, during the daytime, because they have it on open and they're out and about and closer to the tower and all that. that they can. They'll get the page in, but at nighttime, if one person may get the page, and then they go back to 1970. They're calling people to tell them, hey, we got a fire. These sub repeaters are expensive. I will say that we do have 3, but it's not one directed at that. It would have to be put at Kent. They're looking at the last survivor of designing what we have now. It was always intended to put another one out, but we never did do that. The weird thing is, if KDH altered my system, they got pages from their Motorola system. I can pick up the page of deputy and they can pick it up at any time. I don't know what it is because we run all Kentwood. So we're about to look at something different, but we're about to do something to get the page at night to deputy fire department. Because that means the dispatch center is they're not getting a call. And then they're doing phone calls trying to gather the troops to go after the call. The 800 megahertz system, we're still, what, 4 years away, Matt? Perfect, going to the second phase, is that.
It's rolled dice, it could be tomorrow, it could be 10 years from now, so.
Yeah. And
No time.
the second phase of 800, then we would be able to have pagers that they can page on 800. We wouldn't have to worry about this. Basically, what it comes down to.
So, I mean, I know we talked, it's been a couple of years, the repeaters, will that allow them to respond? Or is it just going out?
It's going out, we would have it built as long as they're within 5 miles like we did the other ones.
Then they could
Then
send
they
it.
can talk from their walkie-talkie, their truck, whatever. It will activate it. I did talk with the chief from Canaan. He said that one out there has not been checked. They have been asked to come let anybody in because they have to go inside their building to do it. Hasn't been checked in the last couple of years. So I want to meet with the radio vendor since I understand that part of it, sub repeaters and everything. To see why they changed the way the repeater system works also. Because you can't have 2 repeater systems going at the same time. They have to be separate. So when they page to the remote one for Canaan, that actually comes off this tower here. And then they switch off of it and go back and talk on it because that's what opens the pager up. And then the voice message goes out. That's how it's designed to do. And then we asked for it to be able to talk into it several years ago, and that's when they did that. But we're going to add one. The other one is Milton Township, Brooksburg. I've been on 50 while we're at the Canaan remote repeater will not reach that. Period. So we're going.
That one in Milton?
Huh?
That one in Milton? I
Well,
mean, Milton, Kentucky?
Well, there's actually a tower over there that we would have to tap into, but you'd have to rent space from Jane and Electronics in order to put it over to shoot it into downtown Brooksburg. And that surrounding area down there. So I know the chief of Brooksburg told me, or Milton Township told me that all their members have 800 radios and they can hear just fine. But at nighttime, they have to hear the rest of the county going on fire calls. So a lot of times they just turn them off because sometimes it gets chaotic if you have 2 or 3 calls going with different departments. The weird thing, like I said, is the system from KDH, no matter where you're at in this county, you'll hear it clear as day there, out wherever you're at, Deputy or DuPont or wherever. But when it comes to the county repeater system, because I don't think that they're actually being activated the way they reprogrammed them, that they're not getting a clear message to where the call is. And I know they're gonna be expensive. When we put those other ones in, it's $50,000 a piece, each repeater side. You remember that, Bobby, when we're done. I think Brandon, have you got a price on them? Recently for another repeater side?
Not within the year, I don't think. I think it's a little more than a year old.
Yeah.
So we would have to ask for that again to see what it's going to cost. And the fire departments are the only one that know fire department stuff, but the water tower at Hanover, they let us put their free, and then DuPont, they all we have to do is put up a tower, get a $1 lease a year agreement with them, mutual understanding, and that takes care of it. But this is pretty bad that we can't. It's been going on for a good while, I know they verbally have said it several times, and I told them start doing a paper trail. To say, hey, we're not getting a call at night, we had to do the phone call tree again. So this is something that's gonna be paramount that needs to be fixed. Is that them guys out deputy? They're some of the best firefighters around, as far as I'm concerned. And they handle whatever's thrown at them, but we need to get them to call at nighttime. So that's what I have to say. So I will also be bringing it up to the not one board when that happens, but we always gotta start somewhere.
Right.
So I told them I would start here.
Okay, thank you. Okay. You gentlemen have anything?
Nope.
Bob, it's your last call.
One day.
State Board of Accounts will be starting our audit soon, as early as the last week of April.
Finished?
Yeah, I think they're here all the time. Actually, I have allowed one of them to just work from our basement space, so they're there all the time now. So just be ready for our insurance conference. I will be communicating with everyone.
Okay. Sir, you have anything? Okay,
I make a motion, we adjourn.
I second that.
all those in favor signify by aye.